Well, hey there, team members and followers. This is Coach back with you. It's been a little while. I've been super busy, had a lot of things going on. And one thing I've been doing a lot of lately for the last 2.5 weeks is watching real heavy the NFL, the National Football League. You know, a lot of these NFL games, they've been wonderful. They've been competitive, close, all that. A lot of down-to-the-wire competitive matchups. I mean, I am a football fan as well as a baccarat player, roulette player, so I've been really getting into that heavy lately. But just wanted to go over a few things with y'all real quick. I don't know if you can see it too clearly, but this is the Starbucks building where I made a video close to 2 years ago that was, let's just say, emotionally I lost my shit. You can find it. It was, more than a year and a half, 2 years ago. It's on the earlier days of my channel. You want to relive those funny, outrageous memories, you're welcome to go back and review it. But this was the place I was when all that took place 2 years ago. The Starbucks coffee shop. Like I said, where I made a very rageful, angry video and emotionally lost my shit. For those of you team members, you might remember that. In the early stages of my content creating career, YouTube career, we'll call it that. I'm sure y'all remember it. But anyway, just wanted to go over a few things with y'all. Wanted to chop it up a minute about, baccarat, about just everyday things going on that I've been thinking about lately. Then I want y'all to know behind the camera and behind the curtain and the scenes of my YouTube channel, I've been working on trying to get some good things together for y'all. It's not as easy as some folks think it is to make content and get the message out the way I want it to get out. It's not as simple as a lot of people think. So I've been working, like I said, behind the curtain, trying to get some things together. But anyway, I meant to make a video around Thanksgiving. I wanted to make a video for my team members and followers about thankfulness, gratefulness. I wanted to make a piece on that. Didn't work out. I mean, it's really important. So, I'm going to strongly consider making a video about thankfulness and being grateful and being thankful sometime next year, because it's a very important thing to do in your day-to-day living. And also, if you're a baccarat player, roulette player, casino player, etc., whatever games game you're into. So being grateful, being thankful is still very important. So I'm going to make a note, and I will try to get some content developed for that in the new year, because I think it's very important. So, all right, that being said now. Okay, yeah, I've had this YouTube channel for about, let me do the math real quick. This is going to be about 6.5 years now. And I just started really making content in this racket, in this industry, about 2 years ago, 2.5 now, if you date it all the way back to July. So I've been making content for 2.5 years, off and on. Making content, like I said, 2.5 years. And after, this time I've spent in the gaming community, the Baccarat community, I mean, it has struck me the last 3 or 4 months ago what it is that y'all really need. There are tons of Baccarat channels out here, more than I can probably count, more than I'm aware of, many more than I would have hours in a day to watch, hours in a year to watch for that matter. But, I have a busy life outside of YouTube. I have other things I'm doing, so I can't just lay around and watch, Baccarat players 24/7. I just can't do it. There's not enough time. But over these 2 years, I have, found a reasonable number of channels that I jive with very heavy, and I rock with those. And I'm still working on developing what I got going on. So, but like I said, after all these years, these 2 years of me, being in this, I really am starting to see what it is that y'all desperately need. And I'm going to get, and it's going to be a new type of content, meaning some of the videos are going to be a little different than your basic run-of-the-mill. I still may, play sessions for y'all sometimes, but there's an underlying theme of what the Baccarat community really and truly needs. And I'm going to get myself prepared to develop, execute that, and start, putting some of that out here. Because over these 2 years, I've watched a reasonable amount of Baccarat channels. And, a lot of them are, there's some wonderful channels out here. There's some wonderful Baccarat players that have channels. There's, bunches of them. There's a lot of them out here. A lot of them I don't know. A lot of them I don't have the hours in the day to follow, to keep up with. Just don't have it. But I've noticed, there is a very important element to being a Baccarat player or playing any casino game you want to play. And many of these Baccarat channels are forsaking this side of things. Meaning they're not talking about this enough. They're not teaching it enough. They're not, they're not focusing on this element as much as, it is needed. So, since others either can't do it or don't want to do it, I'm going to try to begin doing it. I've been receiving some inspiration over the last few months. I've been, getting into some, personal self-development stuff. And, I've learned quite a lot of things. I've learned a lot of new things this year. As a Baccarat player, I've learned a lot of new things. And all this head knowledge, this experience, these sessions, the disappointment, the heartache, the lessons that are involved. I have absolutely learned a lot this year. And I'm going to start, sharing some of that and a great deal of that with you team members, followers, and, anybody who wishes to view. I'm going to start sharing some of that with y'all. There is, a part of everything that, most content creators, Baccarat players, they don't speak about this enough. They scratch the surface of it. They dib and dab in it a little bit, but they don't really get into this full on and heavy. Now, I'm not going to mention his name because I don't believe in, promoting people or giving, shout outs to folks that, I don't think are legitimate, that I don't think are valid, that, that I have qualms about. We'll just say that. There are a few people in the Baccarat community. I'll just come out and say it. I don't like them very well. I'll just say it like that. Make it, just straightforward and to the point. There's some of them I really don't like. And this one particular person, I do not watch them anymore. Every now and then for, just either to relive the old days or to get a little laugh or something, I might check out a video or two from this person. Every blue moon, we'll say. Don't really watch them anymore, but this particular person, sometimes they touch up on some of the things that, I'm going to start talking about real heavy. They have a few videos where they talk about it. They scratch the surface. They get into it a little bit, but they're not really coming from a place that can benefit the Baccarat player. They really are, they leave out certain key points. They don't really harp on it enough. They pretty much, they get to the point, they say what they have to say, they tell it like they think it is, and then they keep going. But, nobody really learns anything. Nobody really improves from that. They do it every once in a while. And they will touch up on this subject that I'm, talking about. But they don't hit up on it enough. They really don't. And to be honest with you, this individual honestly is not qualified to do this type of thing. Because their intentions behind doing it are phony, they're false, they're fake. Meaning they don't give a damn about the people. They're just taking an opportunity to make something a teachable moment to make their self look good above anything else. It is really what it's about. And, I don't care about looking good. I don't care about pleasing people. I don't care about, making friends. Now, in this Baccarat community, I have made a few friends, and that's great. I have a few people that rock with me. I have a few people I rock with that I enjoy talking to, that I have great conversations, and I love it. It's wonderful, but that's not what drives me to do what I'm doing. That's not it. If I'm talking about something in an effort to assist, help, or reach another person, I'm doing it to bring information forward. I'm not doing it to kiss ass. I'm not doing it to save your feelings. I'm not doing it to make myself look good. I don't care if I look good or not. You know, like Charles Barkley, if y'all remember him, the basketball commercial he made when some of us were kids, I'm not a role model. I'm not paid to be a role model, what he used to say. And I'm kind of in that same light here. But I will tell you things you need to know. I will tell you things that will make a difference when you discover how to apply it. And that's what I mean with that. So, I mean, some of my content moving forward is going to be talking about different, subject matters and themes about what's going on with the players, the Baccarat players, and certain, bad habits that might be holding a lot of you back. Things that I've went through over the last 6 years or 5 years, things that I have struggled with. And I will be bringing up some of those. And my attitude is simply this. If what I say can make a difference, if what I say can turn your results, your fortune, your life, your results, if it can turn things around for you for the better, then I'm grateful to do that. Everybody in this community will not get such results because it's simply the fact of law zero, which I learned about law zero 2 months ago. Law zero is the simple, cut and dry fact that everybody cannot win. And that's just life. Everybody in life does not win. But each and every person owes it to their self to try. They owe it to themselves to put in the work, to put in the effort, to work on themselves, to work on their game, to work on their weaknesses, to work on, bad habits and things that get in the way, that derail your potential, that hold you back. Things like that. And I will be discussing some of these. I will be getting under the hood of the car technically, and we will chop it up and get deep into some of this stuff. So I got to get these themes together. I got to get the idea of the content together, the subjects together, and then I can discuss a lot of this with y'all out here. And I believe the person that can take these themes, these subject matters, focus on them, work on them, conquer them little by little, they will start seeing the change that they want to see. And that is one of my hopes moving forward. Like I said, I will still make some content for y'all. I will still play some sessions from time to time. Some of them practice play, some of it real money. I'll, mix it up as I go. Mix it up a little bit. I mean, I'm going to have several things I'm doing on my channel. It's just haven't made much content lately because I've been busy with life. I've been watching a lot of football lately. I actually got sick for a little while. Got sick for a couple of weeks, and was down and out, just felt miserable. I mean, there was a day or two I asked myself, I thought about, if I was going to actually die or not. I didn't know because it was, I felt a little rough for a few days, but I got better. I improved, so I'm back in the swing of things now. So grateful for that. I mean, and I really, like I said, I think it'll be good for me next year to make a video on gratitude and gratefulness and being thankful, that kind of thing, because I believe that's important. I believe it's important. So, like I mentioned a few minutes ago. But okay, this is Coach chopping it up with you, talking about Baccarat, talking a little bit of life, talking about giving you a small prelude to what I'm hoping to get into next year. I do have some plans. I do have some ideas, which last year I had some plans and ideas, but they didn't quite, work out the way I, had dreamed and hoped they would. But, so is life too. I do want to say this while it's on my mind, and I'm going to get off of here. One thing, I'll give you one tip that will help a lot of you out here. And I was told this in middle school, high school, when I was a child, teenager, whatever you want to call it. You have to take on, and Lou Holtz said this, the former South Carolina Notre Dame head coach for NCAA college football. Lou Holtz made this statement one time. He said, and this is the same one, life is 10% what happens to me, 90% how I react to it. I'm going to give you that one more time. Life is 10% what happens to me, and 90% how I react to it. So the moral of this saying is to not dwell so much on things that happen. Document them. Learn from them, especially Baccarat. Document it. Learn from it. Get the lesson created. Look at what's going on with the game. Look at what's going on with yourself and work on those, weaknesses you have, or those, can't think of another word right now. Your weaknesses, your not so powerful points, your shortcomings, your mistakes, and work on those little by little. Start focusing on, what's going on, what's wrong. When you know what happened, that's your first step to being able to begin to correct it. That's your first step. So that's about all I'm going to do for tonight. Okay, this is Coach with you, chopping it up about Baccarat life and everything else. Also, I'm going to make a video about, if I can remember, I'm going to make a video talking about European roulette. I'm going to talk about that and a little bit about, how I think about it now, what my perspective is, and what I'm going through with the game of roulette, how it, the effect it's had on me, the challenges it brings. And I'm going to talk about a plan of action that I have to come up with concerning this game. I'll make a video about that. I'm going to write a note to remind me to get a video out talking about this. Okay. Like I said, I hope each one of you had a great, wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope y'all have an amazing Christmas going into this new year. You know, I think about y'all every few days. You know, I miss making content for y'all. It's something I enjoy. So, trying to get myself to a point where I can do it a little more often. Just not quite there yet. Still trying to get some things worked out. Well, all right, this is Coach, and I'm out.